do that, it's like you're a robot. And I feel like I was a robot for many, many years because I had a routine. It was like, all right, 4 a.m. every day, get up. You got to be at work by 5. Manage the OR. OR starts running at 7. God knows when I get out of there. Sometimes I used to get out at like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, maybe 8 o'clock at night. Depends if that was a good day. And then hopefully if I got home, my phone didn't go off because I had 24/7 accountability. Because my hospitals that I was a manager of, those were level 2, level 3 trauma centers. So I had staff that was on call, so anything could come in the door at any time, and it had to be all hands on deck. So it was just a lot that came with that. So I was always accustomed to never having any sleep, being an early bird all the time, and always being on go. I remember if I was like at events and I would always tap my phone, and everyone would be like, why are you constantly looking and tapping at your phone? Or I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss a call or a text from any of my staff. And people would be like, well, Erica, I feel like you're looking for something, like, because you just keep tapping. And then at one point, people would say to me, like, you know, you're here at events, but you're not here. It's like you're present, but you're not available.
Right.
And I was like, what does that mean? And now I get it now. You know, it took some time for me to figure that out. And I was just like, whoa, like, I don't even remember the last time, like, I was me. Like, I was Erica. So I had to make a change with that. And and not only was that a driver factor to make a change, I also learned that from when you throw yourself so much into your career, and I hate to say it, especially like for an organization that you are not your own boss of, nobody cares about you. You are replaceable, and whatever like contributions that you made, it doesn't matter because you're always supposed to contribute more. You're never supposed to stop contributing. It's always supposed to be a constant give until you're empty. And then when you're empty, that's when your replacement comes in.
Right.
So once I learned about that, I was like, whoa, I gotta change something about myself. Like, I gotta find myself. I need to get back to me. I need to create some sense of balance with things. And for me to do that, that's when I was like, you know what? Now it's time for me to be my own boss.
So you're going through everything, Erica. You're finding out who you are. You have a beautiful daughter. You're working for an employer, and you hit some very high points where you can be burned out, and then your replacement comes in. So you were like, you know what? I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to keep going. And I'm glad you did. So you made it through college. You had your baby in your last year, but you kept striving. Erica, how was your social life during that time?
Don't have one. You don't have one. You don't have a social life. I know, you know, and I feel like that was a struggle that I had a lot too. Unless you really knew me, then you knew me. Right. If that made sense. Because a lot of people used to say to me, like, oh, you're never around for anything. Like, oh, you just got a promotion and, like, you changed up. No, I never changed up. My sense of responsibility changed. So that capacity that I had before, where I could go out, you know, and have happy hours and stuff like that, or like be on the phone until like 12 in the morning and stuff like that, that changes, you know, when you have that sense of responsibility. And I don't think a lot of people realize the load that I was carrying with that responsibility. And I mean, as much as I would love to go to the movies and have fun and things like that, but, you know, but my job didn't require that. And for some people too, like, I mean, a lot of these organizations are not paying, and there's like a misconception that a lot of people have about management, meaning staff, that really don't understand the workings of management. and you're like, oh, they're just getting paid big bucks and they're not doing anything. You never know what that person is doing behind the scenes. A lot of the work is done behind the scenes. And then on top of that too, a lot of these organizations is not paying six-figure salaries just for people to not do a job.
Right.
It's actually more pressure on that person to deliver because of the amount of money that they're being paid. So you have no choice but to deliver.
Wow.
So there's a lot that comes with that. But then also at the same time too, I would say I got into management initially because people told me that I was a great fit for management because I was a great problem solver. At first I wanted to be an educator because I loved to teach, and I still do love to teach. And then they were like, well, you know what, Erica, the best managers are educators.
Good point, good point.
So I was just like, oh, okay. Fell right into the trap. And once I did that, that's how I got, into management. But once I got into management and I sat at round tables with people, and I, from higher level perspectives, and I saw that ethics,
right, there it is.
There's very little ethics in decision-making processes, which defies why I became a nurse in the first place. And I didn't like that because it didn't resonate with me well. It didn't sit with me well. It went against my whole entire morale of how I did things. And I just didn't want to break bread at a table with people like that. At that moment, that's when I realized I was too authentic to be in a leadership role for major multi-million-dollar networks. It doesn't go in cadence with my ethics and my morale. So, especially during the pandemic, because there was a lot of stuff that I can't speak on, but it's a lot of stuff that's unfavorable that I just didn't want no parts of.
Erica, the fact that you took yourself and said, this is against who I am, against my character, against the ethics of nursing, of who you are, good for you.
Which
you
was
said
hard.
No.
Which was
imagine.
hard. I spoke to a few people because when I made the decision to walk away from management, like, I left and resigned on my own. I was not forced out. I knew exactly what I was doing in my job. In fact, I got a $20,000 salary increase within 4 months of me working in an organization because of the turnaround that I did do for a department from a positive standpoint. And so it wasn't like I got walked out or anything like that, neither. I walked away because I didn't want to have no ties to anything like that anymore, which was frightening because I left high-paying six-figure salaries for a principal.
Ooh, that's powerful. Erica, say that one more time. That was say that one. That was powerful.
Yes. So again, I walked away from a high-end six-figure paying salary. Just straight up off of principle.
Ooh. Yeah, I audience, I hope y'all had your tea, your notebooks, because was powerful.
It's big because no amount of money is going to pay for your peace of mind.
Yes.
Peace of mind is priceless. And, you have to have that peace of mind. If you don't have that, you completely lose your sanity at that point, and you will never find yourself again. So, based off of that, I walked away. Now, at first, I thought I was a psychopath because I was like, man, are you crazy that you walked away from that? Like, there's people that would dream for a job like that, and let alone how I got that job. All right, so now I'll tell my age. When I got into management, I was 29 when I got into management. I was the youngest and still is the youngest person that was in management in any of the organizations that I worked with. Everyone else that was in there for about 30 plus years already. Probably were in their like late 50s or like early 60s while they were in that role. Probably about to retire, and then you have this 29-year-old that's in here, and they're like, well, how did she get here? And it was based off of my knowledge set. I didn't brown nose anybody. I didn't sleep my way from my role. I really learned my craft I read about it.
Yes.
I paid attention. I worked countless hours. No one racked up OT like I did. No one did. And that's how I became so well versed with everything. And also, not only that, my connections with people. That's how I got into management. So,
good for you.
it was great. But, and then I was just like, Dad, like, I did this, like, I was so young, and I was the youngest. Only, like, in our group of managers, it was, like, maybe 2 managers that were black. Let alone females.
Right. Oh.
So there was a lot of targets, especially on me for being a young black female. You know, there was a lot on me. There was a lot more pressure on me. I had to work harder than many of my counterparts did. And my department was always the most efficiently ran department, because I never wanted anyone to point their guns blazing at me, because I already knew that there was already a target on me.
Right.
So I made sure I dotted all my I's and crossed all my T's.
And you did it.
I did.
And Erica, I love what you said, because like you said, no amount of money is going to bring you to the peace or take you away from who you are. You kept it authentically. You were honest, and you kept your principles. Something that you mentioned is during that time you were studying your craft. You were working, you were researching, you were doing overtime. What books? I know you mentioned reading.
Yes.
Was there some great books that you read along the way?
Like, honestly, I've read so many books that I can't even like pinpoint like which one was a great book for me, because I would just whip out like my books from college.
Yes.
I would just go online and just read different articles, like from like either the American Nurses Association or from AORN, that's like for perioperative nursing. I would read like best practice literature. I was always into something, always going to an in-service for everything. And believe it or not, that's how I came across aesthetics. Because there's so many different like specialties in nursing. And at the time, I was just looking into different areas, because I was like, you know what, it's time for me to change things up. Let me, you know, do my research. So when I do my research and I become a nerd, aka a dork, like my friends say that I be.
That's okay.
I started reading about aesthetics and how fantastic of a realm of nursing that's in. Like, you're dealing with things from a different perspective, which I'll get into briefly. But you're dealing with more positive patient interactions. You're not as burnt out. You have more work-life balance.
Yes.
You create your own schedule. Like, it's great. Like, I love it. And you're helping people feel pretty and beautiful and feel sexy and great and happy. Like, where can you go wrong with that?
Right.
So that's how I got into it. Now, I'm like, well, how am I going to do this, right? So now I'm like, all right, this is what I want to do. And just like you mentioned, right, like when Erica make up her mind and she want to do something, Erica's going to do it. So it's like,
yes.
So how are we going to do this, right? So I was like, all right, so first things first, you got to get your education together. But then before you get your education together, though, how are you going to like do your resources? Like, what are you going to do? You got to figure something out with your career path. So I was like, all right, now I'm going to take my leap. So I was like, I already can't stand management anymore, and I can't stand what's going on in these hospitals anymore. Don't want to be a part of it. So now I'm going to find another job.
Yes.
So that other job was, again, what I mentioned before, education. So I started teaching. So I started teaching the LPN program at Stone Academy. And of course that was a significant pay cut. Huge pay cut. But it was fine, because it gave me the capacity that I needed, the time that I needed to invest into what I needed to do.
Yes.
So,
in yourself.
Yes. So now I'm investing now into the education for aesthetics. So I went to the Aesthetic Mentor here in Glastonbury, Connecticut for my nurse injector certifications. Yay! So I have not only my introductory certifications, I also have my advanced injector certifications as well. So I specialize in neurotoxin injections, dermal filler injections, microneedling, and PRP therapies. And with PRP therapies, that could either be for any type of like skin rejuvenation, scar diminishing, or for hair restoration as well. So we do a lot with that. I also do post-operative one-on-one nursing care, and I'm also a surgical liaison for anyone that wants to seek cosmetic or plastic surgery, because being that I did work for 3 major hospital networks in Connecticut, I am very connected with every surgeon, pretty much, with their offices and everything. I have great relationships with surgeons, so I'm the go-to girl. So if you want a good breast doctor, I know them. If you want a good doctor to go to, if you need to have a mommy makeover or a tummy tuck done, I know the right people for you to go to. And not only that, being that I was a surgical nurse for many years, even though I was in the OR for 8, I've been a nurse for going on like 14 years now. And with that being said, the fact that I worked in surgical services, I was also manager of Central Sterile Supplies. So I know everything from sterilization standpoints, from AME guidelines, when it comes down to sterilization to prevent like any type of infectious like microbes that could like lead to any type of infections. I'm very well versed with that. So I'm the person that you will want to see to get the info for all of that.
Yes, and Erica has a lot of backstory, education, and as we're sitting here talking, Erica, you are just glowing. Because this is your passion. You are so passionate. I hope she does so many fantastic services. Erica, you were telling me, and I'll let you tell the audience, 2 businesses.
Yes.
In 1 year. What are both businesses and the names, and where are they located?
Yes. So just like Amber mentioned, I am a complete crazy person. I did start 2 businesses within 1 year, like literally 6 months apart from each other, in the midst of also planning a wedding. I told you, I'm like Linda Blair from The Exorcist right now. I'm crazy. So my first business, and I'm so glad that you asked that too. Yes, so because that also segues way back to like where I left off about the whole teaching thing, how I got into aesthetics. So when I got those courses done and got my certifications, I also was super interested in permanent makeup. In fact, permanent makeup is what led me down this path, which is hilarious. So my first business is called Lux Brow Studio Llc. That's located on 1231 East Main Street, Meriden, Connecticut, 06450. We're located inside the Ocean State Job Lot Plaza or the Lowe's Outlet Plaza. I love permanent makeup. It's great. I specialize in microblading eyebrows, micro shading eyebrows, either like powder brows or ombre brows. I do tattoo removal for the eyebrows, and I also specialize in lip blush services and color corrective services as well. Ooh, excuse me. That was the Panera. I'm transparent. I ain't gonna fake it for y'all.
Right? Yes, we had Panera before.
Real. This is a real interview.
I love it.
So yes, so that's what Lux Brow Studio specializes in. I love permanent makeup. It's great. Eyebrows make such a huge difference on people. It really frames your whole entire face. And in fact, how I got into that was one of my surgeons that I used to work with in the OR used to love my brows, and I used to do my own brows. And he used to tell me, Erica, you're not meant to be a nurse. You were supposed to be in the beauty industry. Like, why are you even here? And I'm like, because I love to heal people. Now go in your room and do your procedure, doctor. I'll see you later. Bye. Have a great day. You know, but he was actually a driving force for me to go into like the makeup industry and things like that. So yes, so Lux Brow Studio LLC, that's my first business. My Instagram handle is at Lux Brow Studio _LLC. And that is also the name of my Facebook page as well, Lux Brow Studio LLC. And if you're interested in my website, it is Lux Brow Studio LLC.GoDaddySites.com. So
yes,
that's my website for that one.
Erica, can you spell it out for the people? I'm gonna leave the information down below, but spell it out for us.
So that is LuxeBroWStudio _LLC.
Yes.
Yes. And then for my other business, oh my gosh. Now, my medical spa, that's my baby.
Oh.
And that's been the business that has been the most cumbersome to jumpstart and to launch. We launched back in June.
Okay.
June of 2022. Yes. It's great. We have a phenomenal clinical staff that is employed with us. We have a great medical director. She's fantastic. We also have a great APRN that's on staff as well. And then with yours truly as the nurse injector. But we have a great clinical team. All of our patients have to get fully evaluated and get cleared by our medical director and our APRN before I can even perform any treatments on them.
Wonderful.
Because we operate within complete compliance standards. It's very, very difficult for registered nurses to be medical spa owners in Connecticut, especially with Connecticut being a CPOM state, that's a corporate practice of medicine state. And a lot of the times, a lot of the medical spas are only owned by like doctors or like nurse practitioners, and you have to go to school for a long time to get that. And there's a lot that goes into that, and I respect them and them continuing their education to get to where they got, you know, in their career paths or whatnot. But there's also an avenue for us RNs to be able to do it as well, and we're, you know, great at what we do as well. So it's great that we're able to also be business owners as well.
Yes.
So I am doing it. I'm very happy to announce that we are fully collaborated with Browology Plus Aesthetics in Meriden as well. That's also where we're located. Again, we're that business is called Lux Beauty and Aesthetics LLC, and I'll spell that, it's long, but it's LuxeBeauty, the symbol and aesthetics, AESTHETICS LLC. So that is my Instagram handle. That's at Lux Beauty and Aesthetics LLC. You have to actually spell the and for the Instagram since they don't have the symbol.
That's okay, we'll take it.
But we would have it all laid out. But yes, we specialize in so many services. Again, we specialize in like neurotoxin. Neurotoxin is like what we call Botox and stuff. So we do Botox, we do fillers for lips, for the face. We are going to start the fat dissolving injections later on in the fall. So we're super excited about that. That's called Kybella. Everything that we do is FDA approved. We do the microneedling, vampire bloody facials, PRP therapies, hair restoration, post-op care, surgical liaison. Hopefully come wintertime we'll be doing laser hair removal. We're trying to do it all.
And y'all gonna do it all. And Erica's not gonna say this, y'all, but if y'all go to her website, She does a phenomenal job. Her and her team, the pictures of the eyebrows, the pictures of the surgeries, the Botox, the injector. She has some powerful pictures, content on Instagram. Check them out, y'all. She does a phenomenal job, and most of all, when you leave her vicinity, you're gonna be feeling so beautiful.
Yes.
Great about yourself and ready for the world.
Absolutely. And not only that too, like you're gonna come in to a complete relaxing, luxurious environment. That's why everything starts with Lux.
Yes.
Because it's luxurious. That's what I wanted
Love
to offer
it.
to my clients, is a luxurious service, because I know I work hard for my money, and whenever I'm treating myself to something, I want the best of the best.
Yes.
Like, I don't want to do nothing that's rinky dink. Now, I don't want to break your bank neither, so I price very fairly for all my services that I offer. So we don't break the bank, because again, I am from the inner city, so I understand the power of the dollar and how far it can go with stretching. So
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? So I never want to break the bank on anyone, but I want to give you a luxurious service at the same time. And so that you leave not only feeling great about yourself, but you're leaving feeling totally luxurious. You're leaving feeling totally relaxed, and that you left an actual service and you're leaving with something.
Right.
And that's an experience. That's the experience. I don't only want you to leave with great results. I want you to leave with an overall great experience at the end of the day. So that's definitely what we pride ourselves on. And also, again, to happily announce not only our collaboration with Browology plus Aesthetics. In fact, let me also mention that my business colleague Eric Clado, he's fantastic. He does great work.
Yes.
He specializes in 3D areola nipple tattooing for any patients that has ever had like mastectomies in the past, and they're survivors of breast cancer, and they need any type of like nipple reconstruction done so that their nipples could look more realistic again. We provide that service at Browology. So Eric is our top permanent makeup artist and paramedical tattoo artist for that. He does great brow work as well. Lashed by Jay.
Yes.
He is our certified lash tech. He is great. We also have Jennifer. She is our body sculptor. That's Beauty by Belisa. She does great wood therapy, ultrasonic cavitation, laser lipo, sauna bags, do it all. And then also Eva is our esthetician at the spa, and she does great facials, chemical pills. Her work for skincare is by far like amazing. Her skin is completely flawless as well. So we wanted to create like a one-stop shop for everything. Oh, and how did I leave out two other services that we provide there too? We also provide teeth whitening.
Yes.
And we also provide ear piercings as well, and just any type of piercings for tongues. We do any type of like paramedical piercings.
Right.
So everything that we do is like completely legit. We are a fully functioning medical spa, and we are the only medical spa that is available in the Meriden market right now.
Yes.
So I just wanted to put that out there.
Yes. So Erica, you nailed it. A one-stop shop for everything. Yes. And you just keep going, and I appreciate you for that. And you, like she said, it's a one-stop stop for just everything and all things.
Yes, all things.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, and then another service I left out. I'm leaving out one. And we also do lash lifting, lash tinting, brow tinting, and brow lamination. Shout out to Amy.
Hey.
Brow CT. Can't leave that one out. And also unattracted. Wait. Let's see. Unfaded beauty bar as well. Yes. I have to remember all of my colleagues. I had to shout them all out because we, like, again, it takes a village. We're all a tribe. We're all a team. So
Yes.
I had to make sure I had to put my plugs in. Love you guys. My biology fam.
We'll take it. Erica, you mentioned a lot of services. Tell us some services that people will probably not be too familiar with. Because there was a couple that you were saying, I'm like, what is that? Like, I know about the Botox and the eyebrows, but what are a couple of services that you provide that are very different that people could just research and know more about that you guys provide?
Yes. So the biggest services, so with neurotoxin, is like Botox. And that's to help eliminate like any type of fine lines or wrinkles that you can have from overworking like the usage of your muscles.
Okay.
Yep, that means like we use them too strong. So sometimes like if we're very animated, we raise our brows a lot, that's how we get our forehead lines. Or if we frown a lot, that's how we get those lines in the middle of our eyebrows. That's what we call our 11 lines. So sometimes we just gotta go in with a little bit of Botox to help relax those lines, and then we have a nice smooth skin surface. So we could do that. Dermal fillers is like, so in time when we're young, we have these fat pads that we had present in our face that sits up really high, but then in time as we age, our fat pads start to deplete, and then our skin and our muscles and our fat pads, everything just kind of starts to sag and move down.
Right.
And then that's when your face starts to look boxy. That's when your smile lines really approach a lot. That's what we call our nasolabial folds. So we go in with some fillers, and we could go in and just basically plump those areas back up, make them more fuller again, create that lift effect, and then that helps create like a more youthful appearance. Then we have some girls that, or gents, that have very thin lips, and they just want a more, poutier lip or a more kissable pout. So they'll come and get plumped a little bit. And one thing that I would say is like the work that I do, I like to do a lot of natural looks. I don't want to do anything like plastic. I want like people looking at you like, wait a minute, like, say for example, if you did something, Amber, right? I want people to look at you like, something looks different about Amber. She looked real good, but I can't put my finger on it. Like,
right.
What did she do? That is the type of work that I like to display out. That's why like my brows be looking very, very real. Be looking like it's hair coming out of the brows.
Yes, beautiful right away.
Yes. We like everything look natural, realistic over here. So with the lips, we'll just plump them up a little bit, have a nice natural look going on. Microneedling is a great service that we provide. It's for your skin, for your face. It's for anyone that has like any troubles with any type of like acne scarring, or like dark spots, hyperpigmentation, dark circles. If you just have overall just loose elasticity to your skin, and you want to just tone and firm it and just have an overall like just beautiful appearance to your skin, microneedling is where it's at. A lot of people don't realize that I microneedled before I got into aesthetics. I used to pay people to do this service for me. So that's why I'm really speaking to it, because I've invested in this service for myself. And when I had started it out, I had polycystic acne, and my acne would stay on my face for months, no matter what products I use. And I paid hundreds, probably, I'm not gonna lie, I probably paid about close to like a few thousands of dollars on products. I did, jumping around, because I thought that these products weren't working for me, right? And then one of my estheticians mentioned to me about microneedling. I was like, what the heck is that? And apparently with microneedling, there's a pen that we have at the skin pen is the only FDA approved skin pen to use. And the skin pen basically goes in, and in the channels of the pen, there's these tiny micro needles that pierce through not only the epidermal layer of your skin, but to the dermal layer of your skin. Opens up those pores, takes out what's bad. We deposit good products in, and it depends on what products we choose to use. Your products are geared towards what your skin needs are. It's targeted skincare that's based for you. Either we can use specialized serums, or we can do PRP. And PRP is basically, I will draw your blood, I'll separate your plasma from your blood, and that great plasma that we obtain, that's like liquid platinum for your skin, and that's your own serum that we use for you.
Wow.
And it's phenomenal. It has all kinds of growth factors in it, all kinds of healing properties in it. It's phenomenal. The PRP one, that's the one that we call the bloody facial or the vampire facial.
Got it. Okay.
And that basically is like a whole reset for your skin. Your skin is smoother. Your pores are smaller. Your wrinkles are very, very diminished. Your eye area, your orbital area looks more plumper. You look more energized to that area. Dark circles are pretty much eliminated. Any type of hyperpigmentation that you have will start to level out, and you'll start to have more so of an even toned skin. You'll actually have a glow to your skin. I rarely have to wear makeup anymore because of me microneedling, which is great because before I used to cake face myself because I had so many bumps, and that's why I was getting so many more just popping up. You know, because I just kept caking on. Shout out to Kat Von D. That was my foundation for years to help cover that stuff out. So I started microneedling, and it was just great for my skin. And now that I'm doing it for other people, it's been great for them too, and they love it. It's the best thing you could ever do. I don't try to push my products onto people. So when I microneedle them, I tell them to please go back home and use your products that you have, because now your products are probably going to work for you now. Because they're not sitting on top of your skin. Because we broke through all the layers, so now it can really sink in here and get in here and do its job that it's supposed to do. And my biggest target audience for that is my African American women. I need my African American women to come into the office and get that service done to help, because a lot of our women they bleach their skin to try to get it to level out, and that's not the way to do it. You're damaging your skin when you're doing that and making it completely fragile. Like, this is the way to go about it. You will just have like the most beautiful natural glow. For example, I remember one day, the one day was my bridal shower. I had my bridal shower just last Sunday, and one of my girlfriends asked me at the bridal shower, she was like, Erica, what highlighter do you got on? Because your skin is popping. And I laughed at her, and I was like, girl, I'm not wearing no highlighter. And she was like, what? And I was like, no. I was like, I don't wear highlighter anymore because my skin glows so much now from microneedling that if I put highlighter on my skin, I look too beamy. Like, I look like I'm too bright. It don't even look right. So now it just looks like I have like a glass effect kind of on my face sometimes. And that's from the glow that I get from microneedling. Microneedling works for 6 weeks for you too.
Awesome.
And that's another thing. It's not like, okay, you get that service done in the office and like, okay, bye, you're done. No, like, it works for you every day for 6 weeks, and that's why you got to come back 6 weeks later and get another session done. It's recommended that you get about 3 to 5 sessions to be at your optimal best for your skin.
Oh my goodness, Erica, that's why I named this interview The Art of Nursing, because she took a nurse and you just went over and beyond in good ways that God has allowed you to bless our community.
Yes.
Erica, what are some positive words regarding your business, regarding yourself as a beautiful woman, that you would say to the audience today?
I would say that set a goal and execute it.
Yes.
By any means necessary. And just be hungry for it. Always keep your tummy growling until you get that you know how it gets like when you hungry?
Yes.
Or when you like desert thirsty for something and you get that one swig of water and it feels like that's the best swig of water or the best meal you ever had in your life.
Yes.
You keep going until you get that swig of water or you get that bite of that food that sates, that satisfies that craving that you need. And just keep striving for it and just don't settle.
Yes.
Don't settle. because you are the only person that knows your worth. And just keep going and keep striving and keep attaining. I say that to also instill that same like morale, not only within yourself, but also into like your children too, and your family as well. Because now what I'm learning now is about generational wealth.
Yes.
And I wish I had someone that sat down and had those conversations with me growing up, but we didn't know a thing about generational wealth back then. It wasn't for us, if you know what I mean, for us African Americans. They kept that from us. They let that out for everyone else to know, for example, like other ethnicities and other cultures. And that's how they click up and how they have their own villages. And it's time for us to build movements for ourselves as well.
Yes, you are so right, Erica. Erica, you talked about where they could connect with you on Instagram. Are there any other social media platforms, Google, business, your phone number, all that contact information where they can reach out to you for any beautiful services that you offer?
Yes. So again, you can go to my Instagram at Lux Brow Studio _LLC, or you will go to Lux Beauty and Aesthetics LLC on Instagram or on Facebook. I also have my websites that we just mentioned that we'll have posted on the page for you to see too, because they're like super, super long. And also, if you were interested in booking a consult with us, my direct phone number is 203-996-8049. So you can definitely connect with me there. Again, that's 203-996-8049. And I am not on TikTok yet, but because again, I'm showing my age right now, but one of my colleagues told me the other day, Erica, you have no choice now. Like, you're going on TikTok. Like, you better have your TikTok by Monday. So I'm pressured. I got 24 hours to get my TikTok together. So I will have it when I come back in the spa on Monday, guys. I promise. I won't come in there empty-handed. But I'm probably going to have a nervous breakdown in the process, because listen, with this technology and these videos and stuff, my daughter is more great at it than I am.
They always are.
I'm stressed out even thinking about this first video. But, oh my
you
gosh.
got it, Erica.
I hope so.
Erica, I want to thank you for showing up as your authentic self.
Thank you, sis.
Thank you for taking the time to talk with me, to bless the audience. Yeah, I just want to encourage you. She is just awesome. Her services are awesome. She's passionate about it. Go check out Lux It. You're going to come in feeling great, and you're going to leave feeling even greater with people that care about you.
Yes.
And have a luxurious experience.
Luxurious, safe experience.
Yes. I want to encourage everybody, just like Erica said, go after your dreams and don't give up. Ladies, my name is Life Coach Miss Starr. I am located on all major social media platforms. Feel free to check me out. I want to bless you and we want to encourage you.
Yes.
Thank you for tuning in to Red Media Radio every single Tuesday. Therapeutic. I pray that this interview blesses you. Myself and the beautiful Erica.
Thank you, sis.
We are sending an abundance of blessings your way.
Absolutely.
Thank you for Erica, the art of nursing.
Yes.
Sending abundance of blessings your way.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great, great day, evening. Bye.
Blessings.